What if destiny doesn't just hinge on stars and trophies, but on the fragile balance between timing and relentless will? What if the fate of the Lakers' next dynasty is teetering on the edge of a whisper, a rumor, a transformation we're barely ready to see? Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where raw truth meets purple and gold passion. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a second of this drama. Because nothing coming out of LA right now is just basketball. It's survival, redemption, and the kind of reckoning that only Lakers fans can truly understand. The last chapter ended in a way that shook the franchise to its core. After one of the most gut-wrenching exits in recent memory, the Lakers were knocked out of the playoffs in just 5 brutal games, taken down by a Minnesota Timberwolves team younger, faster, and hungrier than anyone imagined. And standing front and center in that storm, Luca Donuk, the new face of the franchise, the 5-time All-Star, former MVP candidate, who had just finished his rookie year in purple and gold, but somehow, despite respectable stats, left a hollow echo in the hearts of fans. Where was that spark, that game-changing dominance, that fire we were promised? Instead of rising, Luca stumbled, his conditioning questioned, his commitment doubted. Social media became a battleground of harsh critiques, ruthless memes on his weight, and take after take questioning if this was really the cornerstone the Lakers bet everything on. But Luca didn't crumble under the noise. No Twitter tirades, no defiant press conferences, just silence. Then faint flashes of a comeback, rainy photos of a slimmer, sharper Luca grinding away in the shadows, whispering through the grapevine that something was stirring beneath the surface. And just when the doubt seemed overwhelming, Luca Donuk exploded back into the spotlight, landing on the cover of Men's Health, shirtless, confident, exuding a hunger that resembled a man reborn. It wasn't a casual photo shoot, it was a manifesto. In that exclusive interview, Luca peeled back layers rarely seen, revealing a battle beneath the surface. A journey back to his roots, not just plyometrics and weights, but a return to what made him great. The raw, relentless fire of a kid who grew up playing everything, rediscovering that edge, that rage, that unyielding hunger. He spoke candidly about the struggle, the moments of anger after losses, but also the silence that followed the calm of knowing he had never really lost what counts. Despite no full 5-on-5 game play this summer, Luca is confident his body feels better than it has in years, better sleep, better balance between mind and muscle. And maybe, just maybe, hitting that reset button could be the missing piece the Lakers had been begging for. Because let's not forget how the story began: a calf strain on Christmas Day, while wearing a Mavericks jersey, sidelining him over a month, followed by a trade that stunned the league and launched a whirlwind of expectations he wasn't yet ready to meet. The early season was a slow crawl back to form, masked by growing criticism from talk show hosts, questioning his work ethic, to former players spotlighting his struggles, from relentless social media jabs to jokes doubting his playoff ceiling. But behind closed doors, Luca has been rewriting his narrative with nothing but quiet determination, channeling a legendary kind of focus where actions speak louder than any excuse. Now, as he prepares to suit up for Slovenia in the Eurobasket qualifiers, the world is watching, not just for what he'll do in a foreign jersey, but for the flow-on ripple this could bring to the Lakers' future. Because one thing is crystal clear: Luca isn't just here to prove the doubters wrong. He's here to prove to himself that his best basketball is still ahead, that this LA story is just beginning, and that the Lakers didn't sign him to pack bags early, they brought him in to hang banners. So when the next skeptic whispers that Luca's clock is ticking, just show them that Men's Health cover, that body, that fire, and ask yourself, are we ready for the storm he's ready to bring? And Luca's not the only story burning in the city of angels. LeBron James, the living legend who has carried the purple and gold through heartbreak and glory, just dropped a subtle but seismic signal that he's not fading into the twilight. No press conference, no grand announcement, just a 4:49 a.m. Instagram post of himself grinding early morning reps, drenched in sweat, a silent roar that year 23 is coming, and he's primed to run it back. That timestamp alone sent tremors across Lakers Nation. On paper, LeBron's massive $50.6 million player option for 2025-26 suggested he'd stay put. But whispers never stopped. Was he still hungry? Was the team built to win now? His agent, Rich Paul, gave us a glimpse, telling ESPN LeBron wants to compete for a championship, words heavy with doubt about the current Lakers roster construction. Since the blockbuster trade for Luca Donuk, the Lakers have been transparent. This is a long-game rebuild with Luca as the cornerstone, a vision LeBron understands but wrestles with. At this phase of his career, every season counts, and the margin for error shrinks. The Lakers, led by LeBron, Luca, and Austin Reeves, put up a respectable 50-30 to record last year. But defenses that were stiff during the regular season crumbled when it mattered most, getting dismantled by a younger, hungrier T-Wolves squad that showed no mercy. The harsh truth settles in no matter the future dreams. If you fold under pressure now, the dream stays just that, a dream. The Lakers have tried to pivot, bringing in former #1 pick Adriaton to anchor the paint, drafting promising forward Adu Thero, and adding gritty veteran Marcus Smart to shore up defense and leadership. But the offseason narratives swirl with uncertainties. Will LeBron push for a trade, seek a buyout, ride out his twilight amidst mounting frustrations? Monday morning's early grind post said a lot. Let's get it. You're 23. Coming soon. No words needed beyond that. Follow-up clips showed a Warrior pushing through physical pain, sweat dripping, resilience in every movement, encouraging himself to keep going. And a final photo set to Jay-Z's Rock Boys, LeBron standing tall after a scrimmage, silent but clear. He still carries the crown. No speeches, just relentless pursuit. This is a king not ready to abdicate, still hungry to prove he belongs at the summit, still willing to double down when the world expects him to slow. But here's where the plot thickens. Beyond the grind and the grit, the future of LeBron's Lakers career hangs in precarious balance. Rumors buzz louder with whispers about a potential trade, a new chapter far from LA, or even a poetic return to Miami, where heat and history burn bright. Why Miami? Because the Heat remain one of the toughest units in the East, defense-anchored, strategic, and desperate for a superstar to push them over the championship line. Enter the idea of LeBron reuniting with Eric Spoelstra, the architect of his Miami Heat rings a decade ago, joining forces with his son, Bronny James, a promising young talent, and sharpshooting rookie Dalton connect an electrifying mix that could reshape the Eastern Conference overnight. Bleacher Report's speculative trade vision sends shockwaves, Miami receiving LeBron, Bronny, and Dalton while sending Andrew Wiggins, Terry Royer, Jaime Jaquez Jr., plus valuable future draft picks to LA. From Miami's angle, it's a clear gamble to raise their ceiling. LeBron's impact transcends age, his playmaking gifts an offense needing a spark, his leadership a balm for a hungry squad. But this hinges on the king himself. LeBron holds a no-trade clause, and securing his blessing is no small feat. Yet, with reports that his wife Savannah is open to South Florida's charm, the allure of a homecoming is more than just a pipe dream. For the Lakers, if LeBron insists on moving on, this is a deal that doesn't leave them empty-handed, a package bolstered by Wiggins, two-way versatility, promising rookie upside in Jaquez, short-term scoring from Royer, and crucially, draft capital with unprotected 2029 and protected 2030 picks that could fuel either another star pursuit or a younger core build. It's a masterclass in planning flexibility, blending present needs with long-term growth. So here we stand, at a crossroads, as raw and charged as any in recent Lakers lore. Luca Donuk quietly reinventing himself, embodying potential rebirth. LeBron James grinding through uncertainty, his legacy hanging yet another season in the balance. A front office treading the razor-thin line between rebuild and contender, and whispers of seismic trades that could rewrite the NBA landscape. As a lifelong Lakers fan, I can't help but feel the weight of history pressing down the ghosts of banners won and lost, the pain of seasons past, the hopes pinned on new Warriors with stars in their eyes. The question isn't just about games won or lost, it's about identity, pride, and whether this team we love so fiercely can rise from ashes once more. So, I ask you, is this the dawn of a new Lakers empire, forged in fire and resilience? Or is it the quiet beginning of our unraveling, a slow fade masked by hopeful headlines? Drop your take in the comments. I'll be reading everyone, because this story, this journey, is ours to live and feel every glorious and agonizing step. Wake the hell up, Lakers Nation, because what's coming next isn't just about basketball. It's a seismic tremor shaking the very foundation of what it means to wear purple and gold. A crossroads where legends might rise or crumble, and the only thing we can guarantee is that the next chapter will not be anything close to ordinary. LeBron's grind at dawn isn't just a daily ritual. It's the heartbeat of a warrior still fighting not for glory alone, but for relevance, redemption, and the desperate hope to etch his name even deeper into Lakers lore, because make no mistake, every single second of year 23 will be a battle not just with opponents on the court, but against time, expectation, and the ghosts of past Lakers greats who never got to see their legacies fade. AD, Anthony Davis, too, is caught in this fierce tug of war, the king's shield and sword. His body the fragile fulcrum balancing dreams of rings against the cruel weight of injuries and unrealized potential. Remember the Kobe and Shaq era? The perfect storm of dominance and drama that brought us 3 straight banners. Now, picture the stakes as high, the pressure twice as brutal. Davis is years into his prime, but must elevate beyond flashbang performances if this team is going anywhere. Every time he steps on the hardwood, it feels like more than just a game. It's a statement about carrying the torch, about whether he's the unstoppable force or the fragile flicker that could snuff out all hope when the playoffs arrive. But what if AD's body breaks down again? What if the weight of the world, the injury pronouncements, and the hot takes themselves fracture his mind and mental grind that fans don't always see, but know all too well? That's the cruel irony. He's not just fighting opponents. He's battling expectations soaked in Lakers history. A legacy built on pain and perseverance going all the way back to Showtime's fast breaks, Magic's smile, and Kareem's skyhook hovering as eternal reminders that greatness isn't gifted, it's demanded. And then there's Bronny, the son of the king, stepping into a world that's equal parts blessing and curse. The narrative is already so tightly wound, every dribble, every shot scrutinized like it's a test of immortality. What if Bronny's rise is the emotional relay baton handing off the future to the next generation? Or what if the pressure snaps legs before they've sprinted? The thought of LeBron and Bronny on the same court cloaked in Lakers colors is idyllic, cinematic. A legacy carried home like a trophy passed down from father to son, yet the weight of expectation sits heavy, a shadow looming over every rookie mistake, every highlight reel. And in the middle of this storm stands Austin Reeves, that scrappy, relentless underdog who has captured hearts by refusing to be starstruck or overshadowed. Grinding night after night to prove he belongs. For fans in the stands, Reeves is the embodiment of hope, the soul of the team fighting to find itself. But what if his untiring hustle isn't enough? What if the Lakers are still a collection of talented scraps, without the alchemy to transform into championship gold? But tensions don't just simmer on the hardwood. The front office is a kaleidoscope of intrigue, ambition, and uncertainty. Jeannie Buss remains in control, a steward who's balanced the delicate dance of honoring Lakers history while trying to innovate. Yet whispers swirl of billionaire suitors circling the franchise. Billionaire owners who might disrupt the established order, threatening to rip apart a legacy built over decades with their cash-fueled impatience and appetite for headline-grabbing moves. What if the Lakers become a chessboard, not just for players, but for executives with agendas at odds with the fanbase's heartbeat? Could this disrupt the team's delicate chemistry? Could the sacred purple and gold bond be fractured by power? Plays beneath the surface, Lakers history isn't shy about pain born from inside drama. The Jeannie Phil Jackson rift reminding us how carefully success must be managed, or else risk implosion. Then there's the ripple effect across the Western Conference. The Warriors, once unassailable, now glance nervously over their shoulder as the Lakers matter again. If Luca Donuk truly morphs into the star we've been praying for, with LeBron still fighting and AD stepping up, this isn't just a team, it's a potential dynasty shatterer. But what if Luca's resurgence ignites a fire that others can't match? Could the Lakers become the West's new Titans, breaking Golden State's grip on the conference and rewriting the narrative? Or will Denver's Nikola Jokic and Phoenix's Devin Booker exploit this chaos, circling like wolves ready to pounce? The Clippers too, always lurking, hungry to seize the crown, injecting the rivalry fragments that only amplify the pressure cooker. But picture this, bearing in mind the Lakers' history of greatness, the Showtime era, when Magic Johnson's smile lit up arenas and a dynasty blossomed effortlessly. The early 2000s with Kobe and Shaq's dominance and three-peat glory. The 2010 championship through relentless defense and will. And the 2020 bubble title won under surreal conditions, but cementing a legacy of resilience. When hope seemed all but lost, each chapter stuffed with highs and lows, heartbreaks and triumphs. And now, we stare down another pivotal moment. What if this next phase is the rebirth we need? The surge that brings us back to the summit on our terms? Or what if it's the tipping point? A spiral into obscurity that erases years of sacrifice? Imagine standing in Crypto.com arena, the crowds, roar swelling with every possession, every clutch point, every defensive stop, feeling the weight of history pressing down, and the unpredictability of what's to come hanging like a storm cloud. The raw emotion of watching LeBron lead this charge despite the physical toll, of seeing Luca's transformation inching closer to greatness, and of sensing the possibility of family legacy with Bronny. That's Lakers basketball in all its chaotic, glorious essence. But what if this all comes crashing down in late May? What if, once again, we falter at the gates and the painful echoes of past disappointments drown out the good vibes? That fear sits heavy on every fan's chest, because for us, it's never just a game. It's identity, pride, and history intertwined with every pass and shot. As a Laker till the day I die, here's what I see coming: a relentless crucible where every shot, every trade rumor, every early morning grind could crack or forge the future, where LeBron's legacy might rise or finally be gently laid to rest without fanfare, where Luca's rebirth could finally crown him the leader we've searched for, and where the soul of the Lakers survives or succumbs to the brutal march of time and expectation. Now, I want to hear it from you. Drop your raw take below. Every true believer in purple and gold.